Brunch with Black Tea. I'm Mika.
I'm Candace.
I'm Lynn.
And Lynn is back.
Yes.
You guys saw the show last week. She wasn't here, so welcome back.
I saw the show. It was good.
Well, if y'all saw the show.
Yeah, I did. I saw the show. It was actually really good, even though it was missed.
Yes. So if you guys missed last week's show, this show this week is going to kind of be like a spinoff of it, and everything. So I really think you guys enjoy it. But we're not going to get into that yet. Like, as always, we're going to go through the whole process first. We're going to talk about brunch.
Good stuff.
This time for brunch, I didn't cook it. I didn't cook this time. We actually, I know, right?
At least you're telling the truth.
We actually are having brunch that was made by someone else, And hey, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with,
it was made with love.
Right,
That's it. That's made with love. I know it was.
And I'm not trying to take credit for everything, if anybody has a recipe or anything that they want to give me, go ahead. I'm more than welcome to try it out, because we do get people who are very interested in the food that we eat. So if they like your recipe, it's good. And I'm writing a cookbook.
Yeah.
So it can go in my cookbook, and it can definitely have a dedication to you, who it's from and all that stuff like that in my cookbook. So definitely doing. So I'm working on me a cookbook right now. So that's a whole nother story. Anyway, so today we're gonna have chicken casserole. It has creamed broccoli in it, and then on the side we have sauteed asparagus and onions. Now I say creamed broccoli because she actually cooks the broccoli down so it can become kind of soft and tender. So when you put it in there, it's not big chunks of and it's really good. I like it.
Yeah, make it easier for you to eat.
Right now, although when I make my casserole, I don't shred the chicken up. I use chunks of chicken.
She means shredded.
Shredded.
Whatever.
That's okay. We got translation going on.
Right.
So you don't like it shredded. You like it cubed.
I prefer it cubed, yeah. But this is really good.
Because that's good. I like that taste too.
But this
I like
is
it all,
good
though.
I really like this casserole. It's really good.
Oh, this rice is different.
And it's just over white rice.
I like that.
And this is short grain rice. So it's over short grain rice, and I don't know, I just like it better because it sticks better, and it makes it like a whole kind of complete meal. Little whatever you want, how you want to say it.
I was telling you, my girlfriend. Shout out to my girl Danielle. My girlfriend makes chicken broccoli casserole, but with hers, same thing. She used a cream of something and a cream of something and a cream of something. I'm just saying she puts the the Ritz cracker bottom. She crumbles that up on the bottom.
That's
and
a different.
Then she put the casserole on top, bake it. Honey,
it has a crust to it.
Got that crust to it. That's why I said this is a different spin on it for me because the rice is different. She doesn't make hers with rice. It's just that casserole with the cracker in it. That's why I'm saying you might have to try it out and see if that one's.
And I actually use pasta in mine, so this is good for me too.
Okay, so you do pasta?
Yes, I use pasta in mine, and so this is different too. So it's so many different ways.
And this is good with the rice though. This is banging with the rice though.
But I definitely will try that crust and give all credit to your friend.
Yeah, my girl, I love it. So good. And she like it.
But like you said, pie crust, that's good too.
Yeah, I would think.
But I definitely do pie crust or pie pies. Yeah, I always make homemade pie pies. I love making homemade pie pies. But I make my sauce myself. A lot of people use the cream of chicken, the cream of mushroom.
I was like the cream of something, the cream of something.
Yeah. A lot of people use the cream of chicken, cream of mushroom, cream of celery, but I make my own sauce.
Oh man!
So yeah, and it's really easy.
Yeah, I have too. I've made my own sauce and made the pie pies, and it's funny. Who got me to making pie pies is Nick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it was like I would make it from Thanksgiving leftovers.
Okay.
And just use all the the chicken, the turkey, and then I was like, oh, this is a nice.
That's dope that you say that. They got a new spin on that too that you can do with the leftover Thanksgiving.
We didn't show you guys the food.
They go to food, y'all. It was really, it's
okay,
so good. I'm sorry, that's why we didn't show it to you.
Sorry.
Usually I try to, but I was hungry. They take do the egg roll, like an egg roll, and do the stuff and the dressing, the macaroni and cheese, and roll it up and fry it in a little egg roll. I saw that. Now that sounds really good, especially. I know I'm not a fan of this, but one of my kids are. She loves the macaroni and cheese and the sweet potato or yam. She likes those together, so they mixed those two together and fried it with that. I was like, different.
Yeah, that's different, right?
Yeah,
something
girl.
to do with your leftovers. You know, it'll be a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
You're like,
But
okay,
this
you need to take one day.
Yeah, for real though.
Good.
Yeah, this is awesome. Man,
And,
saved you some time. You
It
did
did,
okay.
you know, it did. And also to highlight other people's, you know, cooking and recipes and, you know, skills and all that stuff like
Share
that.
love.
Share the love, honey. Share the love. And I don't mind sharing the love. I want somebody to cook for me too.
And this actually was made for me.
Yeah. Oh,
This
yeah,
was actually
right?
made for me for me and my husband's anniversary.
Yeah.
So this one was actually made. That's why I knew it was made with love. Cause
Yeah.
Mom took this thing up right here.
So yeah. So my mother-in-law actually made this, and it's, you know, it's really good. And you know, what, you know, like I said, she used creamy spinach. She used chicken thighs and chicken breast. So she put a combination of dark and light meat.
I like
So
that.
she spreads hers. And she adds it in there. She puts she uses the cream of mushroom and cream of chicken soup, and then pops it in the oven and tops it off with some cheddar cheese, and she bakes it.
Yes.
And then once you're done, you just take it out and put it over some white rice, and you're good to go.
I'm here for it all.
So when you make yours with the pasta, do you cook your pasta with pasta? You bake it with it?
I bake mine with the pasta. So the pasta actually soaks up the flavor of whatever's going on there. And most of the time, when I make my sauce is you know, it's either a cheddar sauce, a garlic sauce, or you know, some kind of
Cheddar sauce. Oh, I could just
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
This
So
asparagus is good too.
It is.
It's like
I'm
so
enjoying
with
it.
the onion, the flavoring from it,
Yeah.
and you cooked it perfectly.
and
Like it still
asparagus,
got a not crunch on it, but it's still
it's not really soft.
not too
Yeah.
soft.
Still gotta you don't want to cook the devil
It's
out.
still firm.
You know? Yeah, it's still firm. So but yeah, you guys. So
We want to cook the devil out of everything.
well, I mean, not the devil, but you know what I mean. We do want to cook the devil out of everything, but you know. But yeah, so if you guys want the recipe again, I just mentioned it, but if you want it again, make sure to go ahead and let us know. Leave us a comment, let us know. And in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and finish up our food, and we'll get right back to you. But while we're doing that, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share the channel,
Yes.
so other people can get the experience that you are getting with us here at the brunch table.
Yes, brunch.
And we'll be right back. Okay. All right, guys, we're back.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go ahead and dive into this this conversation here. Today we're gonna talk about infidelity, ladies.
All right, let's get
I mean,
into it.
and it's so funny how I came across the topic. It is, you know.
It's hard to talk about.
It's hard to talk
It
about,
is.
but it's like it's big right now. I didn't realize. Now, granted, don't get me wrong. I'm not naive to the fact that infidelity is a thing. You know, that it happens. You know, that's just a part of life. But I didn't realize how much of a conversation topic it was amongst people nowadays. When I was on the internet, I promise you, I don't even remember how I came across it. I forgot how I even came across it. But then when I came across it, I started pulling up all these other shows that are doing, you know, conversation topics on it, and it's like everybody's talking about it. It's like a big thing right now.
Right.
And so one of the biggest things they're talking about though is infidelity amongst the millennials, and how, you know, much of a how big of a difference it is between then and now. I don't think it's so much of a difference. I just think it's talked about more now.
No,
That's my opinion.
Not only is it, excuse me, not only is it talked about more, it's accessible. Because now you can get to a person that you wouldn't even think that you could get to, or what some fine person like, oh man, she looks good, or she don't give you the time of day. You can just go ahead and DM her and see if she gonna give you the time of day. And you never know what she gonna get. So I think it's more accessible to them, and so
and meeting people is easier.
Yeah. And you ain't gotta go leave your house meet somebody.
Right, and it's so confidential now because you do everything online, internet, and stuff like that. So
The dating sites,
and
people be like, "Are you on Tinder? Are you on this? Are you on that?" Like, dang, I mean, you want them to be on.
Right.
So yeah, it's more accessible, I think. And like you said, they're talking about it more. People are talking about it.
People are definitely talking about it more because it's starting to lead to a lot of oh my goodness, the word is on tip of my tongue, and I was just gonna mention that. I should have wrote it down. But where people are like killing people, you know, they're like in this relationship. They're becoming obsessive with their
stalkerish.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was just watching 2020. They just had an episode up about a young lady and a gentleman who met online, and the girl she was engaged. She was engaged.
Not to him.
No, to someone else. Okay. She was engaged, and it was a big thing. You know, most of it took place in Arizona, between Arizona and California. So the girl was from California, the guy was from Arizona, and she was engaged, but she wasn't happy anymore in her relationship because apparently her her fiance was moving too slow. She wanted to hurry up, get married, have kids, and she was moving. So anyway, so she put herself out there online and started meeting people, met this young man in Arizona who she started going back and forth to see secretively. Well, things got a little hot. She got a little possessive. No, she didn't get possessive. Pregnant. But she got real possessive. She started,
with the new dude.
With the new dude.
Right.
And you still got this fiance back in California who has no idea that he's being cheated on. And so the friends are starting to tell him, hey, watch out, something's not right about this girl. You gotta be careful.
Right.
And he was like, she's cool. Well, eventually he started to see it too and pull back. But the crazy part about it is, now she's young, she's in her 20s. The crazy part about it is at first she was acting like, okay, that's fine. I'll be okay. But then ended up hooking up with some other guy. But while she hooked up with the other guy,
so
got her fiance back at home, she's still obsessed over this guy in Arizona. So it got to the point where she ended up going out there to, she was going to go to Utah to visit the new guy she met, but just by chance she got lost. She said it ended up in the same part of Arizona where this guy is from. Because she actually, I'm skipping the part, she moved to Arizona. She just picked up and moved there.
Oh wow.
When he told her to be closer.
Wait,
when he
the
told
fiance
her
was in California?
yes.
But he already had pulled back. So that was her leeway to go
right.
to Arizona.
So she picks up and moved to Arizona. I forgot to tell you that part. And when he broke up with her, he was like, she was there trying. He said, you might as well go back to California because there's nothing gonna happen.
So she put all the eggs in that basket.
Right. So she gets mad. She goes back to comes back to California. To the fiance. Meets this other guy in Utah. Says she's going to go visit him. On her way to visit him, she ends up in the same part of Arizona that she was in where this guy is. Okay. Just so happened to stop by his house. She claims when she stopped by his house, they made passionate love. And then she murders him.
She made who?
She murders him.
She murdered him.
She killed him. She stabbed him.
She didn't want nobody to
9 times in the chest. And she shot him once in the head.
Premeditated, that was it.
Right.
Wait, she shot him and
shot him in the head and stabbed him 9 times in the chest. And the gun she used to shoot him with was that she stole from her grandparents. Because when her fiance decided to leave her because of everything that was going on and her moving to go be some other guy and all this stuff like that, when she came back to California, she had to go live with her family because I don't have my fiance anymore. Right. And so she goes to live with her grandparents and she steals a gun from them. Now all this time she's trying to say she didn't do it, and they're like, and then she said, oh, well, he tried to attack me. How did he try to attack you when you have no physical scars? And
she stabbed me 9 times and then shot her in the head. That's
premeditated.
Right.
She was mad that he rejected her.
Mad, She came back, shot him in the head because they said he was shot first prior to the stabbings.
Oh wow.
So shot him in the head to
because he didn't bleed out.
Right.
When you get stabbed and you've been already dead, you're not bleeding out.
Right.
No more.
So he actually did, so anyway, she shot him in the head, stabbed him in the chest. He tried to get away. He couldn't. He fell in an area. She dragged him back to the bathroom, put him into a girl, stabbed him 9 more times.
Wow.
So in the shower, because it was one of those walk-in showers, So I'm just saying all that to say that, cheating has become like a deadly thing nowadays. Now, I'm not saying that it didn't happen before.
Well, the one that should have got killed was not supposed to be the killer, because she the one should have been stabbed up and shot up
doing
all the stuff she was doing.
Man,
when she did all the dirt and get killed.
Right.
We're not going to know
We're not going to know anybody. But I'm just saying it all to say that, it's crazy. It's getting to the point to where, it's getting real, real dangerous out there, and all these people taking these chances with this cheating and everything. You just need to stop. It's important. It's important to make sure that we check on our kids too, because and give them the comfort that it's okay to walk away from a situation.
Oh yeah.
Don't get yourself into no situation. Somebody's cheating. You guys, you being cheated on or being whatever.
Are you feeling the need to want to cheat? You know what I mean? End the relationship.
Right.
Advising them, hey, you can. It's okay for a person to change your mind by being with you for whatever reason.
Right.
Sometimes you go apart. Sometimes it's not meant to be.
Right. Yeah. So online,
So let me ask you.
Oh, okay.
So when we talk about infidelity, and as a whole, do people classifying because you haven't physically touched that person, infidelity, like online cheating that we talk about. Sometimes, infidelity, to others may, the emotional attachment that you grow with someone.
I think that just depends on the person. Like, I might feel like having a conversation, my husband having a conversation, a deep conversation about sex or anything on those lines with someone could seem like cheating to me. I'm not that type of person. I don't think that would bother me as much if it was a group setting, especially and they're all just speaking about it.
Right.
Now, I don't see my husband sitting one-on-one having a discussion with just anybody.
It'll be at least inappropriate.
Yeah. So for me, that would, but that is a form of cheating.
Mental infidelity. So let me just
that thing always is a very
fine line.
Let's go to the internet. Let's go to the to the social media part of everything.
Okay.
And one of the questions I think this is on Quora.com, and one of the questions they asked was, can you completely overcome infidelity? I mean, what do you
mean? The relationship? Can the relationship be substantial? Can you go?
Can people? Do you honestly believe that people can get over infidelity? They say that somebody said that. I personally think that after cheating, the relationship cannot remain normal. There's a possibility of things getting better, but at the same time, they can worsen too. The thing is, after a partner has cheated, there is distrust.
Right, distrust as well. So can you get over it? You cannot get over it by yourself by thinking that you can just get over it. You need help. You need help, whether that's counseling, one-on-one, or that person coming, you guys being able to talk about what led to it, why did they do it.
And then always think in the back of your mind that this can happen again.
But see, sometimes it's not even just, it was just true, but I also feel does infidelity not only hurt your current relationship, whether it's a marriage or just boyfriend, girlfriend, but it also hurts the next relationship you get in if that one doesn't work, because it's always
in the back of their mind. That's going on Housewives. Cynthia Bailey is about to, she's
right.
She's got a fiance, and he has cheated on most of his relationships.
Right.
If not all, but most of him.
Right.
Most of them, including the ones that are his mother. And so he's confessing he's about to write a tell-all book. That's great for him. But now on the back of Cynthia's mind, it's like, what makes me different?
Right.
And so it's go back to who you are, how do you feel, what do you think you can do, and it definitely gonna take you both. Even if one person cheated on one person, it's still gonna take both of y'all to work at the relationship to make the relationship work.
It is.
It ain't gonna take the person that cheated
doing the most work
to do the work. Now, yes, they were at fault, but
if you really go through it,
9 out of 10, you probably, not that you can't use an excuse that this is why I cheated, but you probably contributed to the reason why they did what they did.
Now that you throw a percentage out there, they say 23.6% of people actually do stay together. 23.6%. Now that's not even close to half, but that's still that's from MSN.com. But that's a significant amount.
I wonder what percent of that percent actually stay together, or what percent of that percent cheats again. Wouldn't that be a good thing?
You can stay together.
You can stay together and never cheat again and learn your lesson. I agree that you can do that, because you can see the grass when it's green on that other side.
Right.
So I believe that if they both work at it, they can do it. Now, if you're not gonna put the work in and you just trying to say face, or we got kids, so we can stay together, it's not gonna work like that.
It's cheaper to keep it
No, it's not gonna work like that. You gotta know that. What did I bring to make you cheat like that, and what was I thinking when I was cheating?
Okay, so here's a question then. So do you guys think that it's like a higher percentage of men or women that's cheating?
Of course, men.
Yeah.
Of course,
well, they say 20% of men and 30% of women, but it's getting closer.
What is it, 20% to 13%? Yeah, that's close. Because I would think, women, we always, women don't cheat, women don't cheat.
But that's in marriage, though. That's in marriage.
Yeah, okay, so especially in marriage, though, because really that goes to what you guys were talking about with the black love, like who's pulling what weight, what's going on in the relationship, who's wearing the pants in the house, who is really doing the financial, who has the financial control. So those kind of things trickle down. Don't all play
right, and that's crazy because you know what's funny? I don't know why I didn't put that actual quote on here, but when I was on the internet reading about this and listening to other discussions and conversations, a lot of times they were saying, and that takes us back to the Black Love segment that we had a show last week. They were basically saying that unfortunately, Black men are more, it's more common for Black men to be cheaters than white men and other nationalities. Latinos, I think they said Latinos, white, I think they just use those two, Latino white men. So Black men have a high, they say are more at, not at risk, but cheat more than any other nationality. That's crazy. And I think that's why highlighting Black love, like we talked about last week, that we need to let you know that we do have Black men that are faithful. That are not out there and that want to be with their spouse, right? So, but they talk a lot about, like I said, amongst the millennium generation, I think that's a big thing now because of how people can cheat. The access you have now, the accessibility to meeting other people.
But to me, I just think that is the very thing, that's the very thing that defines the millennium. Cheating from us or any other age group is just the fact that they know how to navigate the social media, the inconspicuous cheating that you wouldn't necessarily do, as opposed to, phone numbers and those calls.
So do you think it's a fad? Because they're saying it's a fad.
No, cheating is not a fad.
It's a fad?
It's always been there, but the way that it's doing, maybe that it is.
I think it's exciting to them.
We're talking about younger people. And younger people should not be tying down so early in the first thing.
They shouldn't.
That's true. That's the part where because let's just say you get your first love and you're 15, 16. Okay, you do that. Now there's the percentage that stay together. We were high school sweethearts and we were together. One of my nephews is that, and his high school sweetheart. They got children, and they are just the best. And they're in their 30s, and they've been together for years. Yeah, and they're so sweet and loving. He never did anything to her. She never did anything to him. So that's a percentage. It's probably not a high percentage, but I can see it.
Yeah.
I just feel like if you don't have that and you break up and you're in college, your senior year, in all of your college years, you don't need to be tied down.
No.
Like you should be learning what the kind of dudes you like and what kind of dudes you attract, because you attract some kind of dudes as well. So
you don't know what you like, you don't know what you like, you don't know what you want, you don't know what you're gonna be interested in.
You don't know yourself yet.
You don't know yourself.
Don't be giving them your best years.
I'm trying to tell you, honey. I'm trying to tell you.
I ain't got to my best years yet.
That's right. I'm still working on. I'm still going through my best years, honey. Okay, so ladies, I have another question.
Okay.
Do you think particular industry behavior affects people? Thoughts and attitudes, towards infidelity.
Yes,
absolutely.
And that's
what I'm Cardi B and her husband.
Yes, I'm saying yes too, because it's a damn shame. You know what? It's a damn shame. Excuse my language, but it's a damn shame how it is just like displayed all over TV that it's okay to cheat. Listen, I love my girl Rashida. Like, she is one of my favorites.
Oh, that's my girl.
Like, celebrity,
my girl. We love her.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Love her.
Right.
And I'm telling you, I know it took every bit of strength of her to take her husband back. And for whatever reason she did, that's her own business.
That is.
But he displayed it as if it was nothing. I just don't like how he put it out there and made her look so bad. Because
he made himself look bad. Rashida, you didn't look bad at all.
No,
know that.
Right, she didn't. But I'm just saying, like, she.
Don't throw her under the bus.
She was like grinding, doing her thing. She was like, she really. To me, I know everybody has their sides to them, and how they.
We all got a piece of work. We all got a piece of work.
She really displayed her. She really tried so hard not to display herself as one of those type of, people out there that's just fighting and arguing and causing a whole lot of drama. And the way she contained herself during that whole process, I appreciate her as doing that in the industry. People talking about you, always in your life, cameras in your face, people in your business. She really, conducted herself gracefully, the best she could. And I'm not saying it because I'm not being biased because I love her, but to me, I really like her. I really like her, and I really like her personality, her attitude, and all that stuff like that. She's awesome.
But she showed grace.
She showed grace for somebody who didn't deserve it. No. He did not deserve it.
But look at where he at now. Maybe, like I said, he probably thought the grass was green on the other side.
Yeah, he did.
And he found out it wasn't. You still gotta water and fertilize the grass over there too.
But that's to my point. Like, the people out there, the industry, the behavior, whether it's music, film and television, whatever the case is, the entertainment industry displays it so much, it's so common that people on the regular folk walking around is picking up on thinking, oh, that's cool, I'm a player, to where women are doing it too, even though it's still higher to men.
That's where it started to get even worse because
when a woman does it.
Well, first of all, we shouldn't be, that's the worst thing to do, the tit for tat, because when you think that, oh, well, he cheated on me, I'm gonna cheat on him and I'm gonna show him, basically, you the one walking around with the whole thing that you did this. You didn't really put it on your boyfriend or husband's back that you did cheated and he forgave you. It's more like you did it to do it for yourself, but you ain't displaying it. You're not saying, oh, I'm a cheater too. That ain't your new role. That ain't your You ain't wearing it around your neck.
Right.
You're not, that's not your new thing. So for
you're
me,
still lying to yourself.
You're still lying to yourself. You really doing it to you. You're not. You need to get back at him.
Right, because he don't know you're doing it.
Don't know you did it.
Right.
And even if he find out, men do not forgive like we do.
I was my next question.
We don't forgive like we do.
Right, and being in an infidelity type of relationship, whether obviously when a man cheats, women are more likely to take him back.
Think about it.
Yeah, think about it at least.
Stay in limbo.
Whereas, and we stay in limbo for a long time. As opposed to where a man would not be. He knows.
Oh no, he gonna tell you real quick.
Right.
Cheat on me, I'm gone. You be like, well, wait a minute.
Right.
But babe, you cheated on me like 3 times.
Because
that's your bad.
And laughed
at you like that's your damn.
Right. It's because.
But you forgave me, and now I'm different. I stopped. Right.
And probably I think it's because a lot of men separate. They separate the sex from
the emotional part.
So we as a women, we like no, you.
Yeah. But you know what's so crazy? It's women out there. I think that unfortunately will do so much stuff to entice these men that it causes the cheaters to really show their true colors. You know what I'm saying? It's so funny because I be looking over my husband's shoulder sometimes and he be scrolling on that where you go on Instagram and you just go and look at a whole bunch of stuff. Explore page. And he's on the Explore page and I be like, what the
heck? Nothing but
I don't follow them. They don't follow me. I'm just going on the Explore page. And
I be like, dang.
But I mean, all they doing, it's like literally
nothing to the imagination.
Nothing at all.
You know what they got, how it moves, what it's gonna look like,
everything,
all of it.
And I'm like, that's crazy. And it's like their whole thing is I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get who I want to get. You know what I'm saying? That's just so
compromise. Compromise and see what you get. Compromise and see what you get. I want you to.
I put it to you like this. My husband hasn't cheated on me. Thank the Lord, but if I ever had that situation, I think I'm gonna bow out just with no fight, no problem. I'm just gonna bow out. I don't wanna.
You don't want another reason why?
But we could probably talk about it maybe once, but here's my thing. If I start questioning, to me, this is just me, I'm gonna start asking, why did you do it? What made you do it? Then I'm gonna start trying to think, did I do something?
Right.
No, and I know it's not me. It's not me.
All right.
Now, you know what I'm saying? If it is me, then okay.
See, that's what I was saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why it differs from person to person.
Then I still need to bow out.
There is some people that it is them.
If it is me, you did it, I still need to bow out because I'm not making you happy.
Yeah. So that's your deal breaker. So infidelity is your deal breaker.
I think so.
I feel that, especially in a marriage.
I think so.
In a marriage, like boyfriend and girlfriend, like that's something totally different. Your boyfriend and girlfriend, we can break up, we can get back together, we can break up, we can get back together. But if we then took a covenant under God,
right?
Yeah,
you can't
solidify
that.
We
can't. Because you're not just cheating on me,
right? You
cheating on God because you promised me and you promised God,
right?
You was gonna be for me,
right?
So for me, I'm with you on that. Like I feel like if we're married and you cheat on me, what is there to talk about? And clearly you needed to, you didn't want
something. Yeah, you needed to move on. Whether you wasn't happy with what I was doing, whether you wasn't happy within yourself, whatever the case is, this wasn't somewhere you wanted to continue to be. This just wasn't where you want to continue to be, so you gonna move on. You know what I'm saying?
But then you gotta go back to everybody makes mistakes, and one mistake.
They do.
Yeah. See, but here's the thing: where I'm with you on, then you start questioning, where did I go?
You go. Well, that's a natural reaction. You wonder what. I mean, like you said earlier, and to some extent, whether knowingly or unknowingly, you are part of the equation. But it becomes the person who cheat fault for not coming to you, letting you know what they need.
It is their fault.
And that's you did. And what if you did and they didn't hear you? What if they did and didn't hear what you were trying to convey? And I'm just saying on cheating. And I'm not even gonna say on marriage. I'm gonna just say a person that's boyfriend and girlfriend, and I got a gripe about you doing something all the time, and you just not this falling on deaf ears. Now it's my fault.
Then you need to walk away.
No, the girl needs to walk away. Or do you try to? How far do you go to try to make it work?
But if I'm coming to you and I'm telling you I'm not happy, and then we're gonna work on it, and I come back and I say I'm not happy, and then okay, we're gonna work on it, and I come back again and it's still not changing, then I need to walk away too. I need to walk away too. Like, cause I said I wasn't happy, but I'm still here. So instead of me just walking away and doing something that's gonna make me happy, I'm just gonna cheat.
Right.
And now we all miserable.
Right.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Why they do that?
Because you're gonna be sneaking and doing. Why? Why go through all of that?
It's not healthy.
It's not healthy. You know.
And for me, it's like to cheat, you have to have a lot of you're constantly lying. Not only are you a cheater, you're a liar.
Yeah.
Because you gotta make up stuff of what you're doing and where you're going.
Yeah.
And so you're having a whole relationship outside, not just a cheat because you slip and fell into something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know that's their favorite thing.
Right. It's just one time, but you constantly have it going, whether it's with the same person or the next person. So you steady lying to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's a act you gotta keep up.
Okay, so I have one last question.
Okay.
One last question that was asked, I assume. Why is infidelity at an all-time high with men than with women, or does this depend on the age group?
I would go with that. Definitely depends on the age group, because I feel like older men, especially if they've been in a relationship for a long time, they like get bored. I feel like they probably get bored with it. I'm not giving them an excuse though. That ain't no excuse. You better get your bored ass with your wife and go find out something new to do.
And I can see that amongst a lot of people that started young and didn't get the opportunity to date
high school.
Right. You know, there is a specific people that work out, but I've known people that have, unfortunately, relationship has, ended, marriage has ended because they 20, 21, 22 years old, and then they get older into their 30s, late 30s, and now that's all he knew. That's all that man knew. He didn't get the opportunity to really test the waters.
That's what we were saying earlier.
Right. Yeah. So he's seeing all this, booty shaking and
all the twerking,
ladies running around. And he's like, ooh, I missed all that because all I had was this one person since I graduated from high school.
But on the flip side of that, I can say that to the opposite, and just from what my observations are, not all, it's not across the board, you know what I mean? Because it's a percentage of wise.
Yeah.
Is that when somebody is established and have something to lose, they think about it twice. So whereas an established older couple, you know what I mean, they might not cheat, or he might not cheat on her, but he might ask her to experiment. Maybe, do a swinger type thing. Whether it's, because then you give her permission, we doing this together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So whereas somebody who is younger, you still might be in a relationship or you might be married, but you ain't really got nothing to lose, so you're going to go risk it all.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's more...
Put it all on black.
Well, gamble. Well, I tell you like this, this is a conversation that people can have every day, all day, for hours and hours. And I think it's good for, men and women to have conversations like this together as well, because it actually gives you the opportunity to see both sides, for sure. But we just wanted to kind of throw it out there today, just to kind of, because it's like literally moving around right now.
But like you said, it's because it's on everything.
Right.
It's so accessible to us. You can just pick your phone up and meet somebody.
And flirt. You can flirt with somebody. And then that flirt turns, because what does flirting turn to? Flirt usually turns into something else. A number being asked, a crush, or and then, a meet up, or what do you like to do? They just happen to be in that area, you know what I mean?
Right. So it happens all the time. But okay, so like, we're gonna go ahead. Let's find out. I honestly didn't look anybody up this week, but we want to see who's in the news. Like, who's in the news? Have we heard anything about anybody? It doesn't necessarily have to be about infidelity, but do we have anybody that has been in the news that is?
Oh,
like
what I can think
right
of is like Dwayne Wade and his son coming out, wanting to be called. Identify as a female, and Zaya, she's pretty young, and she's pretty young.
Okay, his name was Zion?
Zion.
Okay, it was Zion.
I believe
and now he wants to be
Zaya.
go by Zaya, and he wants to be called she or they?
She.
She. Okay.
He wants to recognize that people are, what people I think are saying is that some people on the fence like, oh, that's brave, and then what he did, Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, their family, was like really looked into what it is to mean, like before he reacted to it, you know what I mean? Instead of, giving him the support or being reactive, he was proactive by looking at, hey, and reaching out to other people who knew, like, well, it would have been it would have been bad, And so I would commend him for, doing his research about how to even address the topic, because, most of the sexual, households don't know how to address, when your child comes to you and tell you they want to be identified as something else.
It's also Magic Johnson too, because Magic Johnson's son did this.
Absolutely.
But I don't know how old EJ was. Right. He decided to live the way he
but that was
wasn't he in high school?
Yeah, I think so.
No, that is pretty young.
Yeah, it's pretty young. But Dwayne Wade was
Isaiah is 12.
Yeah, that's much younger.
So then other people are saying to the flip side is that like he's too young to make a decision. They should
you can't make them ignore who they are as a person inside. But I think, just me personally, I would just tell him, I don't want to ignore who you feel you are. I want to accept who you feel you are. But we don't have to make it such a public display. Let's deal with this amongst our family, and and work on it together. But we don't have to go out there and to the world just be like, oh, this is what's going on now. Until you get to the age to where you can protect yourself without our presence.
Right. I mean that's one way to look at it. But
I think because paparazzi's gonna follow him,
and he is famous, and his father
and his stepmother is famous. They probably want to catch it before paparazzi.
Somebody else tells it,
and tell their story.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, why even? Some people, you have some celebrities out there that literally you don't even know that you don't see their children. You don't hear stories about them until they get either much older and decide to do something for themselves. It's like they don't put themselves out there. They put their family out there on the spotlight. They put this if they would have never put this young man out there, then wouldn't nobody have ever had.
And see, that's what people are saying. Not necessarily about that him putting them out there just because they're just in the social media and they're not afraid to let their kids be in it. But the other part is that they're saying that like how society and social media just as a whole have too much influence on these kids because you're starting to see more and more of them come out, and whether or not that's a different subject. You're born gay or whatever. Are you influenced to be gay? That's a different subject. Yeah. But the fact that how are we so inclined to take that on, but when it comes to someone like the young man who couldn't go to school or graduate because he had dreads in his hair, we're gonna say that that's not okay, but we're gonna influence a male or a female wanting to be the opposite.
Yeah, and that's because they want to. People, especially in entertainment, they're so scared of not having the acceptance of the gay community because it's such a large community that they do whatever they can to pacify and make them happy. I'm not saying don't do that. All I'm saying is that do you have to really put your kids out there so fast like that? So early. Even though that's how they feel, okay, if that's how you feel, I understand. I'm going to accept you the way you are and for who you are and love you regardless. But how about we take our time with just putting you out there on the streets like that? Like how about
because they're already on the street, so then how you divert that? Because then that becomes the issue to where we've been doing this now because I'm coming out that I want to express myself this way. Now you want to pull me back?
No, I'm not pulling you back. Okay, so you're a gay young man. That's fine. But do I have to announce to the whole world that now you want to change your name?
I don't think it's a gay thing. I think he thinks he is a female.
Okay, so
that's nothing to do with being gay.
So you're transgender. Okay, so you're transgender. So can we go through the process ourselves? So do we have to?
That's what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that was his decision. I think that's
with the child.
You're asking Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle and his mother.
Yeah. Why do we have to?
Why did they
go and say, okay, here world, this is what's gonna happen.
Zion is gonna be saying now.
Right.
That's how he wants to.
Instead of just saying, okay, we're gonna go through this process, we're gonna do this together, and everything, and
maybe they did.
When it happens,
maybe he's been feeling this way since he was 10. Maybe he was feeling this way since he was 8.
Right.
Maybe they have suppressed it. Maybe not even suppressed because that's the wrong word, but maybe they did agree about that.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess it could be a lot, but I'm just asking questions. I really don't.
You asked a lot of ifs and maybe.
Yeah. And I just
the unknowns that we don't know.
And it's okay.
But God bless his family.
Right. I totally love the Wades. I love them, Gabrielle, and know, the way, and I love them. They're awesome.
Yeah.
So I don't want to take anything from them. I really do like them. So
we just want
to say what's in the news. You know, just want to bring it up to you guys. Maybe you have a comment about it, but please be positive. We don't want to beat this little boy down. We don't want him to feel, or she to feel like she's unloved or unwanted, or people are just bashing them. That's not what we want to do. We don't want to bash anybody. We want to show support, but we all do have our own thoughts and opinions about certain things, you know, too. But we definitely want to show this family support and love and everything. So, I don't know. I think that's about it, right? I think that's all.
I think we covered it all.
I think we covered it all. We don't want to drag you guys out. We want to give you guys our love and everything that we do on this Sunday afternoon. But I think we have said enough. Yeah. Well, guys, that is the show for today. I really like this conversation. I know I like all of them that we do, but you know, some of them really just get you kind of revved up. You know what I'm saying? And if we don't stop on it, we'll have you guys in here for about 2 hours in here running our mouths, you know. But we thank you guys for joining us today at the brunch table as always. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share the channel. You get the chance, you know, leave your comments down below or ask any questions that you might have. Check us out on Instagram at events _at _black tea, or check out the website at blackteacomplete.com. And until next time, guys, anything else? All right, let's connect and let's network. Bye.